Okay guys, so we're going to solve these equations. Alright, so I start with number 1. When I solve my equations, I usually draw this bar down the equal sign. To me, it's just a nice visual that separates the left side from the right side. So what I'm going to do first is just start with subtracting 11 from both sides, because the 11 is positive, so to undo it we have to subtract it. So I'm going to find its like term, which is this -1 right here, and subtract the 11 from -1, which is -12. Okay, and then I'm going to drop my n down, cancel these out because 11 minus 11 is 0, and then drop the 4n down. Alright, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 4n from both sides. So 1n minus 4n is -3n. I'm going to drop my -12. And because the -3 is being multiplied by n, I'm going to divide. That's going to undo the multiplication. -12 divided by -3 is +4. That's my solution. Okay, so that's number 1. When we go to number 2, the only difference between the setup of number 1 versus number 2 is the parentheses. So you can see number 1 doesn't have parentheses. And when I have parentheses, I usually have to use the distributive property, which is the case here. So I have to make sure I distribute the -8 to the 6 inside the parentheses as well as the 2x. So I'll do the multiplication. -8 times 6 is -48, and -8 times 2x is -16x. So we took care of the distributive property, and I'm just going to copy the rest of the equation down, switch colors, draw my line. I'm actually going to add 48 first, and there's a couple other ways I could have started this, but I just chose to add 48. You can do as you please. So -48 plus 48 is going to cancel. I'm going to drop this -16x down. -3 plus 48 is 45. I'm going to drop the -7x down. Next step would be to add the 7x to both sides. So -16 plus 7 is 9x. Actually, -9x. I'm going to drop that 45 down, and we cancel the 7x out. So now I have -9x equals 45. Divide by -9. And I have x is equal to -5. Okay, so 4 and -5 are my solutions. And again, these equations are from, pre-algebra and algebra 1. Hopefully you'll feel comfortable with them. If not, just bring in your questions Monday or Tuesday when I see you.